biggest thing I express, to the guys in the locker room is that, we got to get back and look at the video and clean up our mistakes. And the biggest thing is let's just make sure that we keep our composure in a moment of adversity and, go out and make plays.
Well, I think Tank is, man, he's one of those backs that kind of one of those backs that can do it all. Can run between the tackle, can break tackles, can catch the ball way out the backfield, can run route. So, he's one of those backs that can do it all, break tackles. And then you throw in DJ there, a guy is versatile too, a guy that can pound it, quick, downhill running, catches the ball well out of the backfield, also blocks well. So I think the combination of those two guys, man, is I think Auburn future is in a bright spot for the running back room.
The Auburn Football Review, featuring Coach Ralph Shook Jordan.
Be sharp, be ready.
You are the champion of the best football conference in America.
You guys can say tonight, man, there's nobody better than you.
But I'm going to tell you what, we're SEC champs.
The official Auburn post-game show since 1954. This is the Auburn Football Review, presented by Toyota.
Welcome to the Auburn Football Review, presented by Toyota from Williams-Brice Stadium. The Tigers fall to South Carolina by a score of 30-22. I'm Andy Burcham, along with Tigers head coach Gus Malzahn. Coach, a promising start in this one, but turnovers were tough to overcome this afternoon.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I felt like we got off to a good start. We were moving the ball, mixing in the run and the pass. Our defense did a great job early in the game, getting the ball back to the offense. Our special teams was solid too. And, I think you're exactly right. We had the 2 turnovers. They led to 2 touchdowns. But really at halftime, I still felt like we were in good shape, getting the ball coming out of the half.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights presented by Truckworks.
And he puts a foot into it and kicks this one deep into the end zone, about 7 yards deep, and there will be no return. 4 at the line of scrimmage. They'll rush 4. Nix with time. Looks and he throws. He has a man open. It's caught. The wheel route. DJ Williams has it for Auburn. This will be his first attempt of 30 to 39 yards. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Play action. Hill with some time. Now rushed, and he goes down back at the 21-yard line. Owen Pappoe was there, so was Zacoby McClain from the South Carolina 25. Nix turns and he hands it to Bigsby, bounces outside, now cuts upfield, stays on his feet. He's inside the 15-yard line and down to the 10. On 3rd and 10. From the gun, Nix turns, he throws, it's caught! Eli Stove, touchdown Auburn! 11 yards and a score! Stove will stand on another slant. 1st and 10 for Auburn at its own 3. Nix rolls in the pocket, throws it upfield. Anthony Schwartz, 10-15, and run out of bounds. Auburn gets out of a bad field position quickly out to the 25-yard line. Short side of the field. Nix play action. Drops. Throws off the back of his foot. Down the field, Seth Williams. And Williams has got it! He made the catch at the 13-yard line! Now Schwartz in motion. Hand off Bigsby, right up the middle, almost untouched, into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! By a score of 16-7. Looked like the quarterback draw. Hill is in trouble. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all.
Taking a look at the highlights from the first half. Coach, what was the key to a very, very good start? Really a good rhythm from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, Chad really wanted to come out and be aggressive. We had the flea flicker on the first play that was close, but just wanted to try to get them on their heels. And, we mixed in the run, mixed in the pass, got the ball on the perimeter a few times, and, got some rhythm on offense.
Against the best 3rd down defense in the Southeastern Conference, Coach, 7 out of 10 in the first half. What was the key to the 3rd down success?
Yeah, I thought our offensive coaches had a really good plan. We kept our back end just to kind of, help protect with all their twists and everything in case somebody came free. Our receivers did a solid job. And like I said, we were in pretty good shape, going into halftime.
The 2 turnovers, unfortunately, came, as a matter of fact, all 3 in the game came on Auburn's half of the field. That was just very, very tough to overcome, especially there in the second quarter of play.
You're exactly right. You know, we've done a good job protecting the football this year, and you know, that was pretty unfortunate. And you're exactly right. I think they all three led to touchdowns, and you know, on our side of the field, of course, the last one, you know, being an 8-yarder.
I know you haven't looked at the film yet. Was it a fact that Bo was trying to extend the plays, maybe trying to do a little too much with the football?
Well, I know there was a couple that, you know, he was trying to make a play, and one of them bounced off somebody and went up in the air. And, you know, that last one, it could be a little bit of miscommunication. You know, we'll have to see, you know, once we get home as far as that goes. But like I said, that's something we need to learn from and correct.
Even through all that, Coach, even through all that, your ball club's up by 2 points at the half.
That's exactly right. And felt like we had a pretty good idea how they were attacking us really on both sides of the football. And like I said, we were getting the ball and we went down and kicked a field goal. Anytime you get points coming out of halftime, you know, that definitely helps.
We'll take a look at the second half highlights when we return. This is the Auburn Football Review, presented by Toyota.
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Verizon. Verizon is building a powerful 5G experience for America. And by TruckWorks, the official commercial truck dealer of the Auburn Tigers.
1, 2, 3, up. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Right now, during the Toyota Today's the Day sales event, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2020 Toyota Camry, RAV4, and 2021 Corolla Hybrid, plus 90-day payment deferral. Toyota, let's go places.
When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond, available at a grocer near you.
Just like your favorite mascot, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama works hard behind the scenes. Proud sponsor of the Tide and Tigers.
Whether you're heading to an off-road destination for work or play, creating the perfect lawn to wrap up another Yard of the Month award, or preparing the fields for a bumper crop, think SunSouth, where you'll find quality John Deere equipment, affordably priced, and ready to help you tackle outdoor projects faster and more efficient. And now, for those larger projects, think SunSouth to save on our new selection of John Deere compact construction equipment. SunSouth, proud to be the preferred tractor of the Auburn Tigers.
When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond, available at a grocer near you.
It's now time for Between the Hashes, presented by Verizon. Verizon is building a powerful 5G experience for America. This is 5G built right.
Welcome back on the Auburn Football Review. This is Between the Hashes, brought to you by Verizon. I'm Brad Law, and joining us now, it is Big Cat Bryant. Big Cat, thanks very much for taking time and letting the fans get to know you a little bit off the field. Let's start with family. All right, big family, small family. How often do you get to hang out with them?
I have a pretty small family. I mean, I have I grew up in a family of 6. I had a stepdad, me and my mom, and then I have 3 other siblings.
How many of those people in your family ever call you Marcavius? Or is it 100% Big Cat now?
It's 100% Big Cat. I mean, a lot of folks say Cat. They'll say Cat, like my mom, she'd be like Cat. Then, but like back in the day, like a long time ago, like just, you know, when my mom used to call me, my real name was Chunky, because I was fat, like a chubby kid. Then as it got on, it turned to Chunk, and then Cat came along with my grandmama, because she's like, I used to be a cat around the house, just, you know, doing you know, crazy things, and Then when I got in high school, I met my coach in high school, Coach Shelton Felton. He's the outside linebacker coach at Tennessee right now. And he was like, he introduced me one day. He was in actually we was in practice. He was like, Big Cat, usually come here. And I was like, I didn't know he was talking to me, and that's how that name stuck. And you know, it went from there. And everywhere else I went, you know, everybody called me Big Cat.
All right, when you're not playing football or practicing football or handling school stuff, when you get a chance to relax a little bit, what are you doing?
Fishing. Nobody knows. I don't think nobody knows that about me. I love to fish, man. I'm a country boy, and that's something that I kind of got. I grew up. I didn't grow up doing it, but like when I got like my junior year in high school, I kind of seen something else. I love doing other than being, more from the hood, the street. So I just like I want to do something different, and that's what I did. I chose that path, and it showed me a whole lot of things. I love to fish, I love to fish.
So last question then, if you could go anywhere for a week, like a dream fishing trip, where would you go?
I'd probably go back down into Louisiana again. One of the fishing capital of the world. I forgot what's the name of it. It's like at the bottom of Louisiana. I went there a couple of years ago. I want to go back because we went deep sea fishing, and we caught a few tuna. I never caught tuna again. I mean before. I never caught them before, but man, that was a great experience.
Thanks very much for spending time with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This has been Between the Hashes, brought to you by Verizon.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide. And in more and more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon.
As we celebrate 100 years of women's suffrage, we reflect upon a time when we could not register to vote nor hold public office. But now, we have the privilege of representing the people of Alabama in the state legislature.
We must continue to educate and empower women because together we can continue to shatter records and overcome barriers.
Register to vote and obtain your photo ID so you too can exercise your right to vote on November 3rd.
Welcome back in the Auburn Football Review presented by Toyota. South Carolina beat the Tigers by a score of 30-22. Coach, what was the message to your ball club at halftime?
Well, at halftime, I thought we were in pretty good shape. We're going to have to keep battling. There's going to be some adversity in the second half. We're going to have to handle that the right way. And in the third quarter, we didn't handle that adversity great. And that's when they kind of got the lead. And it was kind of uphill, the rest of the fourth quarter. But what I told them at the end of the game is, I'm proud of the fact they kept fighting. We went down and we kicked a field goal right there with 4 or 5 minutes. Our defense, we used our timeouts. They stopped them. We got the ball back, drove down, had a chance, at the end. Just came up a little bit short, but our guys kept fighting.
Let's take a look at the second half highlights presented by Truckworks.
Jeter will kick it away for South Carolina. He will boom this one all the way out of the back of the end zone, so Auburn will have it 1st and 10. At the 25.
Right off the ankles of Schwartz.
To the 37, DJ Williams head down inside the 35, inside the 30, and down to the 27-yard line. Snap down, kick on the way from Carlson. And this kick is good. From the right hash this time. Hill, short drop, throws, slant, ball tipped up, and intercepted! Intercepted! 9:13 to go in the fourth quarter. Nix, the handoff, Bigsby bounces outside 30, 35, 40, down the sideline, 50, and bounced out of bounds. First and 10 for Auburn. Handoff, DJ, take Bigsby, big hole, 25, 15. He's inside the 10, stays on his feet down to the 8 in the Chick-fil-A red zone, and an Auburn first down. Snap down, Carlson's kick is away, and the kick is good. 80 yards away, Auburn trails by 8. Bose drops, he looks and he throws up the sideline. He's got a man open. That's a first down to Anthony Schwartz. Nix drops, sets, looks, still looking, he's gonna run it. Nix gets out of the pocket. He's at the 30, he's at the 25, he's down to the 17-yard line. And South Carolina wins the game, 30-12.
All right, Coach, we're taking a look at the highlights from the second half of play. They converted another interception, turned that into a touchdown. A couple drives in the second half where it looked like you had some rhythm going and had to settle for field goals early on and then late in the ball game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, we'll go back and look. We gotta get in the end zone when we get down there. You know, we had to kick some field goals. You know, but this is game 4. We got a lot of room to grow. The good thing is our offensive line, the same 5 guys, practiced all week. I thought they did a solid job. We had 200 yards rushing and a little over 200 passing, so we were balanced. Our defensive line's getting healthier. You know, Big Cat played today, wasn't healthy, wasn't completely healthy, but he played, and that really helped our leadership and stability. So you'll see us continue to improve. I'll promise you that.
From a health standpoint, Coach, how do you come out of this ball game today?
You know, we'll have to look, but I don't think there was anything major at this point. It was a pretty physical game, so I think we came out of it okay.
Talk about the last second drive that had a chance deep in South Carolina territory.
We did, and you know, you just got to come up with one play there. We were close. Our guys fought all the way down to the end, and so we'll learn from it and be better if we get in that situation the next time.
Take a look at this ball game today, and South Carolina took advantage not only of the interceptions, but also took advantage of some penalties. Penalties hurt the Tigers this afternoon, Coach.
Yeah, you know, that was real disappointing. We had 7 penalties in the second half, and 4 of them led to first downs. I mean, we had one that was like it was 3rd and 11 plus, you know, and bailed them out. We got to do a better job of that. You know, the penalty factor, I mean, we got to correct that, and we'll work extremely hard on that, but you know, that was a tough pill to swallow.
Back to wrap up today's show, we'll also take a look at next week on the road at Ole Miss. When we return, this is the Auburn Football Review, presented by Toyota.
The Auburn Football Review is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Verizon. Verizon is building a powerful 5G experience for America. And by TruckWorks, the official commercial truck dealer of the Auburn Tigers.
The United States was built on the foundations of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Millions of people have defended these pillars of our democracy.
Please remember the sacrifice made by these Americans and make time to register to vote and obtain a government photo ID so you too can vote on November 3rd.
Voting is a sacred right. Sacrifices made by those who so bravely serve our country should never be forgotten.
Back when we started this company, folks had the idea that all treated lumber was the same. Well, our little yellow tag put an end to that. Today, people know that the best does have a name, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. They use it because they can trust it to be around for years and years, and so will we. Here's to 50 years of 5-star backyards and the little yellow tag.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for
sure. Right now, during the Toyota Today's the Day sales event, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2020 Toyota Camry, RAV4, and 2021 Corolla Hybrid, plus 90-day payment deferral. Toyota, let's go places.
Remembering Coach Pat Dye is proudly presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. In 3 seasons on the Plains, Pat Dye had turned Auburn into a conference and national title contender, giving the fans a renewed sense of pride in their team.
I've never been around a school that, in its own humble way, demanded and got as much respect and love and spirit and enthusiasm from its people. I mean, it is absolutely different. And you know, the Auburn people don't have to have a great football program to love Auburn. They don't have to have a great anything except Auburn. That's the reason it's so easy to recruit to Auburn, because of the spirit of the school itself. I just hope that our football team will measure up to the standards of the school, and we can play the role that the football program is supposed to play at Auburn. I think we have, and I think that we've got probably a new kindle enthusiasm. I certainly don't think it's the first one or anything special about it to Auburn people, because they've always had great spirit. And you could feel it when you went to other places, but you didn't know why until you become a part of it.
It's now time for Perfection on the Plains, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. Auburn traveled to Kentucky in Week 6 of the 2010 college football season.
Going on the road to Kentucky, you know, we're obviously favored to win, and that was a dogfight all the way down to the end.
Empty backfield. Cameron Newton with 5 receivers, runs it straight ahead, lowers his head to the goal line. He's in! Touchdown! Tigers! Cam Newton does it again.
Cam Newton and the Auburn offense were rolling as the Tigers jumped out to a 24-7 lead.
Newton up the middle, and he just walks in. Touchdown, Auburn. Cam Newton from 5 yards out. They'll fake it to Fannin around the end. To the left side. Cam takes it around the right end. Nobody touches him. Touchdown, Auburn! Whoa, Cam Newton does it again.
The Wildcats battled back to tie the game at 34.
Road games in the SEC, there's no gimmies out there. And again, this is a team that beat us the year before. And when that drive started and it was in play, I remember thinking to myself, we're able to drive this down, simultaneously eating the clock, and get a walk-off field goal and walk out of this stadium. That could be one of those defining moments that nobody's really going to probably remember, but that's the kind of game that out of all the games we played, that was an enormous game, because if we don't do that and we tie or lose that game, we're not having a national championship conversation right now.
With 7 minutes and 22 seconds remaining, Auburn mounted a 19-play, 86-yard drive to set up a 24-yard field goal attempt for West Byram.
The snapper is Harris, the holder is Caudle. It will be just inside a 24-yard field goal attempt. Snap, place, kick is up. It's good! Auburn wins! 1 second, no, the clock has expired. 37-34. Fifth game-winning field goal for Auburn. 19 plays, 86 yards. West Byram hits his 51st field goal in his Auburn career. 7 minutes and 22 seconds to put an end to the Kentucky Wildcats.
Auburn improved to 6-0 and headed home to host Arkansas the following Saturday.
In football and the truck game, it's all about performance when choosing your lineup. And with legendary horsepower and gas-powered torque, smart technology like the available Pro Trailer Backup Assist, and a championship tradition, Ford F-150 is more than a truck. It's your starting quarterback. And the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Contact or visit your local Ford dealer for great offers on a 2020 Ford F-150. War Eagle.
Car wreck and you don't know where to go. Listen real close, I'll tell you what I know. Vance Law Firm will make you smile. Pick up the phone, here's the number to dial. Down 3 for me. 3 Vance Law Firm. 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 For me.
Back when we started this company, folks had the idea that all treated lumber was the same. Well, our little yellow tag put an end to that. Today, people know that the best does have a name, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. They use it because they can trust it to be around for years and years. And so will we. Here's to 50 years of 5-star backyards and the little yellow tag.
Welcome back. Wrapping things up on the Auburn Football Review presented by Toyota. Second straight game on the road for the Tigers. Second straight 11 o'clock Central Time start, this time from Oxford, Mississippi. We're on the air on the Auburn Sports Network starting at 8 o'clock. And it's a different kind of look as you get ready to go to Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin in his first year, coach. And boy, that is a team that can be very explosive from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Another road game. We'll have to go home, regroup, get a good plan together. Like I said, this team will continue to improve. I feel real strong sitting here today that we'll play better football next week than we did today, and we'll need to do that.
You mentioned that today's game is the first time that you had your whole offensive line assembled all week long. These guys were able to practice together. Wouldn't you agree that you expect that this offensive line to continue to improve as long as they continue to play together?
Yeah, there's no doubt they will. And like I said, we had the same 5 during practice for the first time. That was great. I thought they did some good things, opened up some holes in the run game. I thought they protected well. Anytime it's for sure pass situation, it's tough on any offensive line. And, besides that, I thought they did a solid job.
Coach, thank you for the visit. Be safe in your travels. We'll see you next week in Oxford, Mississippi. War Eagle.
Hey, thank you, War Eagle.
For Tigers head coach Gus Malzahn, I'm Andy Burcham, and you've been watching the Auburn Football Review, presented by Toyota.